Friends, I want to share with you a story, especially today on Israel's Day of Independence, because it's not a story that happened on Israel's Day of Independence, but it happened 3 years before, and it explains a lot about Israel. The former chief rabbi of Israel, Yisrael Meir Lau, was a prisoner in a concentration camp. He's a Holocaust survivor. Most of his family was killed in the Holocaust. And he says before he was in Bergen-Belsen, which is where he was for liberation, he was 7.5 years old. He was in Buchenwald for a short time. And he thinks his whole family is dead, which was somewhat true, but he thought his brother Naftali is also dead. And so suddenly he's looking around him, and across a barbed wire fence, he sees his own brother. And he's in shock. And he goes over to his brother. They can't touch each other because the wire is electrified and can kill them. And his brother tells him, our father's been killed, our mother's been killed, most of the family's been killed. And his brother tells him, I want you to know you probably will not survive, because people come out of this place. He points at the chimney. That's the only way people come out. People come dead. But he says, on the chance that you survive, on the chance that you come out alive, I know that because you're such a charming and lovely young man, everyone's going to want to adopt you. A Russian soldier may want to adopt you, take you to live in Moscow. Maybe perhaps a French physician here may want to adopt you. Maybe an American, and they'll take you and they can have with you a lovely, lovely life. Because our parents are no longer alive, you'll have to be adopted. But Naftali tells his brother Yisrael Lau, who later became chief rabbi, he says, I want you to remember these 2 words. Don't go anywhere. Don't get adopted. Always say you want to go to this place. Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel. That's where you should go. Don't go to Russia. Don't go to France. Don't go to America. Go to Eretz Yisrael. And he maybe knew about it in the religious context. He didn't know that there's a land called Israel for him to go to. And so he tells, Rabbi Lau tells his brother, why do you tell me, a 7.5-year-old, to go to Eretz Yisrael after the war, after the Holocaust, if I survive? He says, I want you to go to Eretz Yisrael because there they do not kill Jews. And that's why I want you to go there. He's standing there, they're both standing there in Buchenwald, a concentration camp so infamous for killing so many innocent civilians. And he says, I want you to go to the land of Israel, the only place where you will not be persecuted for being Jewish. That's where I want you to go. That is the idea of Israel. It's a land where, of all places in the world, Jews should be safe. Jews are the indigenous people of the land. No one can tell them, go back to here, go back to there, like they told us in Europe. You can live there. It's your land. It's going to be a majority of Jewish people like you, and no one can say, go and leave. And that's the idea of the state of Israel. The idea is a land that's not only the ancestral homeland of the Jews, not only a place where Jews are indigenous, but it's a place where Jews should never, ever have to justify their existence or be persecuted like a persecuted minority. There, the Jews can finally be safe after 2,000 years of persecution. And that's why we are thankful for the state of Israel. Now, I know more than 25,000 people lost their lives defending the land of Israel, being killed by terrorist attacks in the land of Israel. We've seen people being abducted, hostages taken to Gaza by Hamas in the land of Israel. But if you look at 2,000 years of Jewish history, never has there been a point of safety like we've seen in the past 75 years for the Jewish people. Never have we seen the Jewish people able to live with such stability without paying a cost that's extraordinary, either in the cost in lives or the cost of having to convert out of Judaism and abandoning our faith. That's why Israel exists. That's why we keep fighting for Israel. That's why we owe everything to the brave men and women in the IDF defending this miracle called Israel. Because like those two little children standing in Buchenwald, they knew that in the land of Israel, you do not get killed for being Jewish. You stand proudly as a Jew. And that's something that exists only in Israel. That's why we celebrate today Yom Ha'atzmaut.